Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT.
Hi everyone, and hi Puan Fahima. So today I'll be presenting the task that has been given to us, which will be the problem-based task 1 in DFC 10103 operating system. So next I'll be introducing my group members. This will be Jishnu, which is me myself, Nagulan, and also Sai Nitesh Rao. So three of us are in the same group, and three of us will be presenting the problem-based task in operating system. So going on to the first question, which will be explaining the Windows 10 editions that available on the market and give suggestion to the client. So before going on to the question, I'll be giving a short intro about Windows 10. There have been many releases of Microsoft Windows over the years, but it's rarely been as simple as simply upgrading to the newest release. More often than not, there are also different versions to be considered, and Windows 10 is no exception. Microsoft has named them editions, and each one offers a different set of features. True, because there are a lot of editions for us to be choose, or some are free and some where we have to buy. But each edition has their special features, which we'll be seeing on later. Okay, going on the next. There are so many Windows 10 editions in the market. In the current market now, there are a lot of Windows 10 editions. There are about approximately 12 Windows and 10 edition, but the Windows 10 also got this. But there are some Windows 10 that has been discontinued edition. There are discontinued editions such as Mobile IoT, which is the Internet of Things, and many more. So next, without delaying, we're going to the next slide. So we'll start on baseline editions. So in baseline editions, it contains three windows: Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro, and Windows 10 Pro for workstations. So for Windows 10 Home, consumer-focused desktop edition, it offers a familiar and personal experience for PCs, tablets, and also two-in-ones. Windows 10 Home will help people do great things, both big and also small. With it, they will be more productive and have more fun thanks to a long list of new innovations. So after seeing that, next we'll go to the Windows 10 Pro. Windows 10 Pro is a desktop edition for PCs, tablets, and two-in-ones as well. Building upon both the familiar and innovative features of Windows 10 Home, it has many extra features to meet the diverse needs of small businesses. Windows 10 Pro helps to effectively and efficiently manage the device and apps, protect their sensitive business data, support remote and mobile productivity scenarios, and take advantage of cloud technologies. Windows 10 Pro devices are a great choice for organizations supporting choose your own device CYOD programs and prosumer customers. Next, going on for the Windows 10 Pro for workstations. So Windows 10 Pro for workstation is designed for high-end hardware for intensive computing tasks and supports Intel Xeon, Intel Xeon, AMD Opteron, the latest AMD ePVC processors, up to 4 CPU and up to 6 TB RAM. The REFS file system, non-volatile dual inline memory module, NVDIMM, and remote direct memory access, the RMDA. So this will be the baseline editions and the windows for that. So next, we'll be looking at one more edition, which will be the organizational editions. Organizational edition, sorry. Windows 10 Education. Windows 10 Education builds on Windows 10 Enterprise and provides the enterprise-grade manageability and security desired by many schools. Windows 10 Education is effectively a variant of Windows 10 Enterprise that provides education-specific default settings. So Windows 10 Education is more on to we can't say kids usage, but more on to educational usage. So kids like K-12 customers, I mean kids that in kindergarten and primary school, secondary school students might consider in taking Windows 10 education. Okay, we'll look back in that later. We'll go back to the explanation. So Windows 10 education is effectively a variant of Windows 10 Enterprise that provides education specific default settings, including the removal of Cortana. These default settings disable tips, tricks, and suggestion, and Microsoft Store suggestion. Windows 10 Education is available through Microsoft Volume Licensing. Customers who are already running Windows 10 Education can upgrade to Windows 10 version 1607 through Windows Update or from the Volume Licensing Service Center. Windows 10 Education is recommended to all K-12 customers, as I told earlier before starting on this Windows 10 Education explanation, and it provides the most complete and secure edition for education environments. These protect viruses, malware that can affect the laptop. So therefore, the kids that are using Windows 10 Education may not be worried when they are using a certain website for their educational purposes. So next, going on to the Windows 10 Pro Education. This edition was introduced in July 2016 for hardware partners on new device purchase with the discounted K-12 academic license. It was built off the Pro edition of Windows 10 and contains mostly the same features as Windows 10 Pro with different options disabled by default and adds option for setup and deployment in an education environment. It also features a setup school PCs app that allows provisioning of settings using a USB flash drive, and does not include Cortana, Microsoft Store suggestion, Windows Sandbox, or Windows Spotlight. Next will be Windows 10 Enterprise. Windows 10 Enterprise provides all the features of Windows 10 Pro with additional features to assist with IT-based organizations. Windows 10 Enterprise is configurable on two servicing channels, semi-annual channel and Windows Insider program. Last one is Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC. Enterprise LTSC long-term servicing channel, formerly LTSB long-term servicing branch, support variant of Windows 10 Enterprise release 2 to 3 years. Each release is supported with security updates for 10 years. Its release to support 10 years after its release and intentionally receive no future updates. Some features, including the Microsoft Store and bundle apps, are not included in this edition. So going on to the last edition, which will be the discontinued editions of the Windows 10. So it will be the Windows 10 Mobile and Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise. So Windows 10 Mobile is a mobile operating system developed by Microsoft, first released in 2015. It is a successor to Windows Phone 8.1 but was marketed by Microsoft as being an addition of its PC operating system and Windows 10. Windows 10 Mobile aimed to provide greater consistency with its counterpart for PCs, including more extensive synchronization of content, universal Windows platform apps, as well as the capability on supported hardware to connect devices to an external display and use a desktop interface with mouse and keyboard input support. Reminiscent of Windows on PCs, Windows 10 Mobile was designed for use on smartphones, tablets running on 32-bit ARM processor architectures. So regarding the 32-bit, the 64-bit, if you guys are confused, don't worry, Nagulan will be explaining on that. So next we're going on, this will be my one more group member. So he'll be explaining more detail on that, on 32-bit and also 64-bit, and how you can difference in buying this Windows 10 for better explanation. So without delaying, we'll be going to the one more edition of Windows 10, which will be the Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise. So Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise provided all the features in Windows 10 Mobile with additional features to assist IT-based organizations in a manner similar to Windows 10 Enterprise, but optimized for mobile devices. So I hope all those additions was clear. So now going back to the question where it shows us explaining the Windows 10 editions that are available on the market and give suggestion to the client. So in conclusion, after seeing all those additions and all those examples of Windows 10 and all those explanation for each Windows 10, so in conclusion, as a student, I will suggest you to buy the Windows 10 Home Edition. Why? Because it is designed for use in personal computer and it includes all features direct to the consumer's needs. Besides that, it has an extensive collection of universal apps and features that you can use across platforms with a Microsoft account on a Windows compatible device. Lastly, Windows 10 Home includes built-in security with Windows Hello that lets you sign into your device using facial recognition or your fingerprint. This is highly safe to use Windows 10, as no one can have an access to your laptop without you allowing them to, because it requires your fingerprint or your face recognition to sign into your Microsoft account. So next, it also includes Windows Security Center, which protects your device and automatically scan for viruses. That way, you can keep your device updated to ensure it's always protected from threats. Therefore, buying Windows 10 Home Edition is the most best decision a customer could ever make to include in their laptop, as it includes a lot of features that satisfy customer needs, and also it's highly safe to use it. So I hope that clears the first question explanation. So next, I'll be passing on to Nagulan to explain on the second question.
Thank you for the introduction, Jishnu. Hey there, everyone. My name is Nagulan Subramaniam, and now I'm going to take over the presentation around question number 2, which is differentiate between Windows 10, 32-bit and 64-bit. So 32-bit is a type of CPU architecture that is capable of transferring 32-bit of data per clock cycle, and 64-bit is a type of CPU architecture that is capable of transferring 64-bit of data per clock cycle. In simple word, a 64-bit can transfer large amount of data in small period of time compared to 32-bit, which makes 64-bit ultimately faster. So a 32-bit requires more time to process and response compared to 64-bit, as I said earlier, requires a minimum time to process and response. A 32-bit can address memory up to 4 GB of RAM, and 64-bit can address memory up to 16 exabyte of RAM. Since the 64-bit has a lot of upper hand, it is a bit expensive in price compared to 32-bit. So a 32-bit is usually used as a personal computer and to run office routine tasks, and a 64-bit can be used as a personal computer and for video edition, audio editing, and server application. So let's take a look at the second slide, guys, which is a detailed explanation and differentiation between 32-bit processor and a 64-bit processor according to the parameter. So let's take a look at the first parameter, which is addressable space. So a 32-bit processor has a 4 GB of addressable space, and a 64-bit processor has a 16 GB of addressable space, which make the difference around them is around 12 GB of space. So application support. A 64-bit application and program won't work in a 32-bit processor. Meanwhile, a 32-bit application and program will work in 64-bit processor. So OS support. So OS needs a 32-bit operating system, and 64-bit can run 32 and 64-bit operating system. Support for multitasking. So since 32-bit processor won't be able to transfer a large amount of data, so it is not ideal for stress testing and multitasking. Meanwhile, 64-bit processor works best for performing multitasking and stress testing. OS and CPU requirements. So 32-bit operating system and application require 32-bit CPU. 64-bit OS demands 64-bit CPU, and 64-bit application required 64-bit OS and CPU. So system availability. So a 32-bit processor can support Windows 7, Windows 8 Vista, XP, and Linux. A 64-bit processor can support Windows XP Professional, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Linux, and Mac OS X. So let's take a look at the memory limits. So a 32-bit system limited to 3.2 GB of RAM, 32-bit Windows. It addresses limitation, doesn't allow you to use full 4 GB of physical memory space, and also called RAM. So 64-bit system enables you to use around 17 billion GB of RAM. And that's it, guys. Now my fellow presenter Sai will take over the presentation.
Thank you, Nagulan, for explaining question number 2. So my name is Sai Nitish Rao. I'm going to explain question number 3. So question number 3 is explaining the security features in Windows 10 and the ultimate program that compatible with Windows 10. So the first is the safety features in Windows 10, and first is virus threat and protection. So the virus threat and protection is for the monitor that threats your device, run scans, and get updates to help detect the latest threats. And some of these options are unavailable if you're running Windows 10 in S mode. Next is account protection. So this allows for the access sign-in options and account settings, including Windows Hello and Dynamic Lock. Next is firewall and network protection. So it's for managing the firewall settings and monitor what's happening with your networks and internet connection. Next is app and browser control. So this allows update for settings for Microsoft Defender Smart Screen to help protect your device against potentially dangerous apps, files, sites, and downloads. You'll have to exploit protection, and you can customize protection settings for your device. So next is device security, and this allows review for built-in programs option to help protect your device and attacks by malicious software. So next is device performance and health. So this allows the user to view status info about your device performance, health, and keep your device clean and up to date with the latest version of Windows 10. So next is family options, and in family friendly situations this helps to keep track of your kids online activity and device in your household. So next is Windows Sandbox. So Windows Sandbox ensures new apps run in isolated virtual containers to prevent fail of system access. And lastly is Windows Defender Smart Screen, which protects users by blocking access to known and non-secure sites. And B, utilities program that compatible with Windows 10. So first is Advanced System Optimizer. So Advanced System Optimizer, or known as ASO, is one of the most trusted and widely used optimizing and tune-up utilities in the world that not only optimizes the computer but also perform PC tune-up and Windows 10 in earlier versions. So it can securely clean caches, cookies, history, and help in defragging this to speed up performance. Next is Piriform CC Cleaner. Piriform CC Cleaner tune-up utilities has been in the market for quite a long time and has been ranked as one of the best tune-up abilities for Windows 10. It is a smart PC cleanup and optimizes utility to optimize Windows 10 and other older versions. So next is Advanced PC Cleanup. So Advanced PC Cleanup is for one of the most efficient PC tune-up software available in this current year 2021, and there's also one-stop solution to clean your junk files such as any unwanted downloads or anything, to optimize the registry files and manage startup items and uninstall unwanted apps. So the Pro version also allows you to protect from malware, spyware, and other malicious threat from any other sources. It also protects your identity and traces while safeguarding your ID, password, and one-time password codes over different other browsers and websites. In the advanced PCs cleanup, also compatible with Windows 10, 8.1, 8, and 7, and other older versions also with 32-bit and 64-bit operating system. So next is iOrbit Advanced System Care 13. So iOrbit Advanced System Care tool can flawlessly clean Windows and earlier versions of Windows operating system. The software is available for free with moderate features and can be upgraded to a pro version for advanced functionalities. This can increase the internet speed on a clean PC and has excellent privacy features on system that can be helped in securing the data with the enhanced PC response. Apart from cleaning memory, also it can also do the tool can also kill spyware and malware. So next is AVG TuneUp. AVG TuneUp utilities have been in business since the last decade and have been a lot in a new version. This TuneUp utility ranks as one of the best TuneUp for Windows 10 and other older versions as well. So AVG TuneUp utility can boost up your computer performance by cleaning and fixing all your performance related issues and works as best PC TuneUp software. This TuneUp utility also has distinctive features such as it can analyze and put performance draining apps to sleep mode. The software also, its software uninstaller can also help you remove unwanted software and programs from your PC or laptop that are not using quite a while and has been taking up space. So AVG TuneUp utilities has over uh, AVG TuneUp utilities can perform rigorous disk and browser cleaning and erase junk files from over 200 application and Windows and files. So next is IOIO system mechanic. So IOIO system mechanic is one of the finest and accurate window optimizer in optimizing Windows 10 and other older version. So IOIO system mechanic not only frees up your screen's resources, but also abolishes browsing traces to keep your privacy up to date. And it claims to boost out data by 88% download speed and by 39% CPU speed up to 70% and graphic up to 8.6%. It is a good, convenient user interface to optimize Windows 10 performance with a single click. Next is Mix Switch. Apps like such as Zoom, Google Meet, and at times Discord. All these apps have been different hotkeys to mute mic and we are often confused among them. So this is where mic switch comes on. It performs a global hotkey by pressing the alternate and M button on your laptop or PC to mute with the mic globally. But you can also alter it to your own customizable taste. So you press the same hotkey to turn the mic back on and also serves as a good privacy control for your laptop microphone. So next is ULE. Among all of the Spotlight alternative for Windows 10, the current favorite of mine is the ULE launcher. It is a keystroke launcher that helps you launch apps, search files, and perform quick calculations and more powerful quick calculations. The Windows Start menu is but far from minimal looking, but it is powerful and customizable. ULE comes with built-in with thousands of plugins like currency converter, workflow, and etc. Among these, two of the favorite of mine is ones are everything and URL. Everything lets you search files throughout your Windows 10 disk, and it works with regular expressions and has a far better search than Windows 10 Native File Explorer. The second one, URL, lets you quickly search or open URLs on your favorite web browser like Brave, Google Chrome, and Mozilla Firefox. Next is tree size. So Windows Explorer gives you a good amount of information about the file system, but a graphical representation which is still missing. On top of that, if I want to recover a bird's eye view of entire file system with each file system percentage file count, no, it's not possible. But now you can use a free disk space analyzer called Tree Size. It shows you the size of folders including the subfolder for the file count, and it has better graphical representation. You can also right click on any folder and choose tree size. It is more usable than the inbuilt properties tab. It gives you all the information about the folder and the contents within. You can choose to directly delete the files from there or any other normal right click action of the folder. So last but not the least is sharp keys. So sharp keys lets you remap the keyboard keys to a different action. So you just have to specify the 4 key and 2 key within the app. After a successful configuration, you need to restart your system. This can also be achieved by manually editing the necessary entries, but that requires too much manual effort. So that's it from me, and next I'll pass to Nagulan.
Okay guys, let's take a look at the question. So write to the client how to manage Windows 10 desktop. So the first technique is called flip or snap. So a snap allows you to resize window quickly, which is especially convenient when you want to see two windows side by side. To do this, click and drag the desired window to the left or right until the cursor reaches the edge of the screen. Then release the mouse. The window will snap into the place. To unsnap the window, simply click and drag the window down. Note, if you have more than one window open when snapping, you will be able to choose a window to snap on the other side screen automatically. Now I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So now I'm going to click on this window and put it in the left side of my screen. So now the screen is snapped into half. So now as you guys can see, I have an option to choose whether Google Chrome or File Explorer to snap in the other side of my screen. So now I'm going to choose Google Chrome. So the screen is snapped into two. So if I want to undo the snap, I can simply click and drag it down, or I just can simply click the close button. So let's go to the presentation again. Okay, the second technique is called task view. The task view feature is similar to flip, but it works a bit differently. To open task view, click the task view button near the bottom left corner of the taskbar. Alternative, you can press Windows key plus tab on your keyboard. All your open windows will appear and you can click to choose any window you want. Instead of keeping everything open in the same desktop, you can move some of your windows to a virtual desktop to get them out of the way. This feature wasn't available in previous versions of Windows, and it's especially helpful for managing a lot of windows at the same time. To create a new desktop, open the task view and then select new desktop near the bottom right corner. Once you have created multiple desktops, you can use the task view to switch between them. You can also move windows between desktops. To do this, open task view and then click and drag a window to the desired desktop. To close a virtual desktop, open task view and then click X in the upper right corner of any desktop you want to close. So now I'm going to show you guys how it's done. The first step, now I'm clicking the Windows key and then tab, now the task view. So now if I want to create a new desktop, I just have to click on the new desktop. Okay, now the new desktop is created, called desktop 2. So now if I want to move a file, for example I want to move this div cc to desktop 2. So I'm going to click on this window and then drag it to desktop 2. So now the windows will be open desktop 2. So as you guys can see, the other windows wasn't here. So I'm going to close this, and then if I want to switch between the windows or desktop, I have to click the windows and tab again. So now I can simply click the one, and that's it guys. So if you want to close a window, close the desktop, you can click it back and then click the close option on the top right corner of the desktop. Okay, now let's go back to the presentation. Now the next technique is called showing the desktop. So it's a really simple and easy step guys. If you have a lot of windows open at the same time, it can be difficult to see the desktop. When this happens, you can click the bottom right corner of the taskbar to minimize all the open windows. Just click it again to restore the minimized windows. So it's done simply by going to the right and bottom corner and then click it. Okay guys, as you guys can see, all the tab has been minimized, and if I want to open it back, I just have to click it again. That's it guys. So the next step is explore personalization and themes that are available in Windows 10. So the first step is click on your Windows icon. Second step is click on settings icon and go to settings. The third step is after going to settings, click on personalization, and now you may change the background. Depends on which one you're comfortable with, and you can also change the themes according to your preferences. So now let me show you guys. Okay, now I'm going to the Windows icon. I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to choose the settings. Now I'm going to the personalization. So now I'm going to change my background. So as you guys can see, now my background is changed. So I want to change it back to my old background, which is an anime character. So I'm going to click it back. As you guys can see, my background is changed. So I also can change the theme by clicking the themes, and then if I want to change the color of the options menu, I can go to the color. So now it's in navy blue. I want to change it to purple. Okay guys, as you guys can see, the options have changed. So let's take a look at the themes. Look guys, all the colors has been changed into purple, including the taskbar menu. Now I want to change it back into blue, and then let's go back to the presentation. Okay guys, that's it. That's the way to manage your desktop windows. So hope you guys enjoy the video.
Okay. Thanks Nagulan. So the next way to manage your Windows 10 desktop, so I'll be showing in how to set up your computer's name. So setting up computer's name, so steps to perform is go to your device settings, your PC or your laptop. So next, let me just get my laser pointer. So after going on to settings and clicking on system, you go to about. About will be on the last column of your settings in the system settings. After clicking on about, you will have an option above Windows specifications. That option will be written as rename this PC. So click on the option and type in your desired name and change your laptop or PC name. So now after changing, you can see over here the name that I've changed, and you will be able to see your name that has been changed. So I'll be also demonstrating the steps on how to change your laptop's name. So in your PC or your laptop, go to your Windows icon over here, click on settings. It will direct you to this page, and next click on system. So go to the end of the system settings and click on about, and you'll be seeing a page like I'm seeing now. And as I told you earlier, Windows specification below, and click rename this PC, and then you may change your name. After changing your name, you are required to change back to restart the PC. So sorry about that. So after changing on your name, there will be an option that way the settings will ask you to restart your PC. So after restarting your laptop or PC, and your name will be changed automatically, and you may edit or modify your name or change your name to other name anytime you want without any kind of disturbance in your laptop or any pop-up notification that not allowing you to. So you don't have to worry about that. You may change it anytime you want. So the next way to manage your Windows 10 desktop will be create a system protection for your partition and drives. So if for customers or users that don't know what is system protection mainly for, so system protection enables you to create a restore point, where it is a way to back up important Windows system files. So system protection creates system restore points that maintain copies of the most important system files needed by your Windows 10 to operate properly, as well as hidden shadow copies of some of your own personal file. Therefore, system protection is very important for you to set up in your laptop and your Windows 10 laptop. So I'll be showing you the steps to perform. On your home page, go to your search panel and search for control panel. Click open control panel, and then after clicking on control panel, click on system and security. After clicking on system and security, click on system. On certain laptop, if you have an option for system directly after clicking on control panel, you may click on system. The reason why there is additional 2 steps for me is because my laptop shows the name of the page first, and after that the drives or the other apps inside the particular name. Sorry. So after clicking on the system, click and security, click on system. So next, in about, click on system protection. After clicking on system protection, click on configure. System protection will be on the right corner of your settings icon in about. After clicking on system protection, click on configure, and the windows will pop up with the windows to turn on system protection. And that's it for that. And I'll be also demonstrating for you the steps. Okay. Same as well. In your search panel, type in control panel, click on open, and next, system and security, and click on system. It will direct you to about, so you don't have to go through. You may go through in setting as well. The reason I show you the control panel way is to make you to familiar, because most of the operations that are operated in the control panel, whether it will be easy for you to on and off any operations that you're trying to turn on or turn off it in control panel. So make use of going through your control panel. Next, in related settings over here, you will find system protection. Click on system protection. So in system property, so it'll show this pop-up, this particular pop-up over here, and click on configure. You'll have the second pop-up. In here, we may disable or turn on, but it's better for you to turn on, as I explained earlier. And after that, click on OK. So that's it on how to turn on your system protection. Okay, back to the slide. As I told you earlier, these were the steps that you have to follow to set up your computer name, and also your system protection. So next, I'll be passing on to Sai to explain another way for you to manage your Windows 10 desktop. Thank you.
So thank you, Jishnu, for explaining question number 4. So now I'll be taking over and explaining question number 5. So this question is asking for us to how to backup files and documents in Windows 10 in our laptops or PC. So the first step is to perform so the steps to perform is to go to your settings and click to update and security. So as you can see in the picture, you have to click update and security, and next, after once you go into this update and security, then you click on the backup option, and on that option you have to create a drive to create backup. So as you can see in the picture, it's shown that to add an option to create a backup. Next, you have to exit the settings, and then you can go to your device manager in your search engine, and after that, after googling a search engine, click on view add and click on show hidden devices, and after that it will take you to it will show all the missing device drivers in your laptop. And that's all for our presentation. We hope you have learned much, and thank you for listening to us. My name is Sai Nitesh Rao, and my team Nagulan and Jishnu, and this is our presentation. Thank you.